So, hello. Hello, everyone. Let me go and get something so I can do my makeup. Where did I put it? Oh, Hellsville. Today I'll be wearing. So, anyway, yeah, it's kind of funny, You ever been in a relationship for a long time and you think, it's not working out, and you just kind of get to that point where, oh, you know what? I forgot my eyes. Let me first put my stuff on and I'll go and get my eyeballs. Anyway. There we go. Found it faster this time. I'm going to go real quick and get my eyes. Of course you're doing that. I'm live, so you're humping everything that you could find. God dang. Close. Huh.
You didn't lay you off or anything, did they?
No. I go to work Monday.
No, don't forget the electric bill is going to be like $400 this,
I know.
I think it's due in a 10th or something like that.
Yeah.
7th or something like that. Are you live?
Yeah. But it's not pointed. You're in a safe zone. You are.
I want to let you know electric bill's coming up though.
I know. Well, if anything,
It sucks that your work is like cutting hours and shit.
Well, I don't like to talk about like that stuff right now.
I know.
Yeah.
You're live, blah, blah.
Hi guys. Yeah, there's no one on here. Yeah, I know. Just pray for my work. That's all. They can deal with this some prayer,
I don't know. It sounds like just bad management, but that's just me. That's what it just sounds like. I mean, though, here's the thing: economy's not doing good, point blank, so I can understand that.
Yeah. A lot of our clay is used in resorts, and if resorts don't get money, we don't, because they're used in mud baths and stuff. So let me get this where. Okay. All right. I'm going to go with a little purple. Okay. So anyway, in the dating that I have found, the difference between, I would say, the early 2000s and now has drastically changed. In fact, there's places right now going out of business because people are not getting married. The traditional marriage and getting married is not on a lot of people's plates, So that's what I've noticed. I'm just going to start at the top. Work my way down. There we go. So anyway, from what I understand, as I said again, it's been that way. My son has been telling me, he said that there are places going out of business because people are not getting married like they used to, where you would have people getting married and, divorced. They're just not getting it done. And I said, "Do you think it's the welfare system?" He goes, "No, it's just people are seeing other people get married and they're not happy. And they're like, oh, it's just sad." And I go, "Well, there's nothing I can do or whatever. So, yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, sometimes you just can't do. So, yeah. Uh, hmm. So I'm thinking, wow. It just seems that things have changed. When we dated and stuff, a lot of times it was you would meet someone at, that doesn't look too good. Ooh. So, yeah, uh, it was something else. I have never realized that in the dating scene, it just wasn't one of those things where people would outwardly say that they want to date someone, be married to them and stuff. Ooh, wow. I need to get a mirror because I can't see this right when I do it online. Oh, God. So, what are you doing? You want to see what's in there? Because you're itching to get in there. Look, it's an alien first aid kit. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm like thinking, oh boy, my cat's being silly. So here's, I'm thinking to myself, if you're looking for anywhere to go out and stuff and you want to go on a decent date, go to um Circus. That's the only one that's not bleeding. The only one that's not bleeding is the one they told they had to change, and they didn't. And they're the ones sitting there with they got their shit all done. And I'm thinking, wow. I really am. Let's plump me up. Ooh. I'm looking for my eyebrow thing. I'm almost tempted to say forget it, but gosh darn, I just covered up my eyebrows with the makeup and ugh. What are you doing? I don't know. I just thought to myself, wow. Let me put my eyeballs on. Okay. I usually keep it in this because I usually lose it. So I just keep, you know, just is what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I thought to myself, "Well, God dang, you know, wow, where do we get to that point where people just don't want to get married no more?" I think they hear, you know, you got to get prenups and all this shit. Oh God, they got prenups if you cheat in a relationship, you get nothing. I think that's a pretty good prenup right there. This one lady said if her husband had a thing for a prenup, she made him sign a prenup just in case she got big. And you hear the story. The guy, she marries the guy, and he was bigger than what she was, but she made him sign a prenup if he screwed around. And if she was, you know, making, like they say, the big bucks, you know, and it happened, and he got nothing of hers, and she got nothing of his. Like they say, it goes both ways. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. There we go. Oh, I got it on. I got my eyes on. Woo! So I just, you know, and I've seen where the guy's like, you know, well, my wife makes more money than me, and, you know, but like I used to read on LexisNexis a lot of different, you know, court cases, and where the guy had one time made money, and he made a, you know, a prenup, and she made a prenup, even though that she was not making more money than him. She figured down the road she was going to make more money because she's a hard worker. And that's what she told her friends and stuff. Hey, you know, I'm a hard worker. Why shouldn't I, you know, make the good money? And I shouldn't have to pay if he wants to, you know, play with other people or be with other people. It's not my, you know, um, thing to address, is what she thought. In the end, they got divorced. She got to keep what she had come with and what she had in her own finances. And he was pissed because, you know, he got used to a certain lifestyle, and he didn't think that he would have to ever worry. And like she said, for him, it was a different thing, you know. Yeah, it's taking a while to cure. This one doesn't feel right. I got to redo it. It kind of just doesn't feel comfortable. And sometimes you got to do that. You got to re-glue it because you don't feel it's comfortable. It adheres weird. And when you open and close your eyes, you're like, ah. I remember one time I put some glue on. I couldn't take the lashes off, and it was some glue that came with the lashes. And I'm like, it stayed on for 3 days. I was like, crap, this is some good glue. They recalled the glue because it was gluing people's eyes shut, not permanently, of course, but it was causing a lot of problems. I'm like, well, that was some good glue. That's what you call extra strength. There we go. All right. Whew. Okay, so we are talking about comedy and things that make us laugh, but here's the truth of this. All my comedies usually happen to me. I mean, I just speak from stuff that happens to me. I have had people uh, imitate me to the point where it got really creepy, scary. I've had people um not try to steal. It was mainly because they just liked how I dressed and did things. The unfortunate thing, what can be like a simple thing of someone admiring you, is also something that could be quite scary, in the same sense that somebody can be imitating you, saying that they are like going around over here going, hey, I'm Omega, how are you? Yeah, I'm Omega. I'll be shopping here now, so you can just be calling me Omega. Boy, did I fix that real quick. I told her if she did that, I'd be suing her faster than she can say, oh shit, and my God. And I did tell her that. I said, I don't care if you want to look like me. I've had friends who thought my style was really cool and they wanted to duplicate my style. I'm cool with that. Do not duplicate my name and do not tell people to call you me. Ah, because I might want. I really thought this. Her boyfriend or husband was a really good looking guy, and I thought to myself, "Wow, that's a good looking dude." You know, I don't know. I really couldn't grasp why someone wanted to do that. So in my comedy, I usually use my own what happens to me or what could happen. Shoot, I've had friends in all kinds of jobs, and I'll tell you this much, after hearing a bunch of welfare recipients get all pissed off and say that they're going to steal, oh, I got news for you. They all been doing it before. You notice this shit's locked up now? Yeah, they got tired of being stolen by everybody. And then here you're talking about, everyone's talking about, this is what gets me. You know what 2025 was about? Let me tell you what 2025 was about. It was about the AI Atlas is going to stop over here because they're talking it might be a probe. Well, fuck, who would want to probe this? It's either we're getting probed, the Earth is getting probed, something's getting probed. I like to know what all's getting probed. I mean, I think as Americans have been probed for years, and it wasn't by aliens, if you get my drift. Seriously? So here it is. You hear about the aliens probing people and being scared of this and that and whatnot. Let me tell you this. I don't think it's that the aliens are going to probe us or that anything bad's going to happen that's going to be super whatever. I don't think any of that. You know what I think? They just did a lot of fear based and they didn't get what they wanted. So they said, well, God, the leftists probably thought, well, why in the world are we going to make a big deal if they're not, you know? I mean, it's weird how the leftists are. I don't care or want to know how they think, but just It's just crazy. It really is. So you have I guess you would say, I took too much hair off. Oh, I got it tied in back. I just try to. Anyway, there's, it's just come to the point. It's like, really, so nothing happened with AI Atlas. It was like for November, that's all they talked about. I thought that we were going to have an AI Atlas turkey thing going on, and nothing happened with that. And then I thought they were going to have all kinds of other stuff go on, and nothing happened. What happened? I'm getting tired of my cat playing show cat. So I'm going to take this and put it over here. All right. There we go. See how long the thing goes. Okay, it's got a little more give. I got my hat area. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I gotta put it down a little more. Wish this was more adjustable. So anyway, here it is. They're not talking about AI lab. They're not talking about AI Atlas anymore. They're talking about stupid shit. And you're going, really? Yep. So now I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder what they're thinking. And what is a woman who thinks that Jesus is coming to town? What does she go, well, gosh, he did make water into wine. You know what? They're going to be having lots of fun, and Jesus is going to pick all us adults up, take us into adult heaven, and the kids will have nowhere to go. Whoa, wow. So she calls CPS to pick up her kids because Jesus is coming to town. And when he comes into town and makes water into wine, shit, you better hurry up and run, and your kids aren't going to be, oh, Jesus. I just thought, wow, you know what? There's stupid people born every day. And apparently, I can tell you this much. This has been a learning experience for 2025. I have seen people do some of the craziest stuff in the past month. And it's like, really? You think you can get away with that because, yeah. So a lot of the people who have more or less called the CPS are trying to get their children back and telling them they really believe that Jesus was coming. Yes, they believed that the world was going to end and Jesus was going to save them and they'll leave all the sinners behind. Now, let me get this right. They're going to take the adults who've lived a full life of sinning and all that and leave the kids. Now, I don't know who told them about what, but that kind of pissed me off. Here, let me get my coffee on the stove. It's not that I have a hard time believing. It's just I have a hard time thinking what kind of mother would think that Jesus was going to come. Hey, what is he going to do? Come around and say, hey, let's turn a bunch of water into wine. Let me see that he touches that in the bottle. Hey, you want a really expensive wine? Well, it takes a little bit longer, but it's worth it. God damn, they're stupid people all the time. That's a bad thing. You get too many of them together, they procreate and they make more stupid people. Now, I'm never lucky enough to have that neighbor that gives away everything because apparently they are always in the city. So, not even in Vegas, man. No one's giving away nothing. So, here I'm thinking, you see these things where people are giving away, they're telling their kids they had this whole family is trying to get back their stuff. They thought that, yeah. Could you imagine a whole family giving stuff away? I think that, and this is what it should be, where maybe the state government could step in and say, look, the world isn't going to end. Jesus isn't. They really think that Jesus is going to come down in his big UFO or whatever. He's going to come down, get them, bring them up there, and the stuff's going to be left, and they want certain people to get it. And I'm like, if you belong to a church and your next door neighbor's giving you all their shit, and you got other neighbors giving you all their shit, do they think that you're a super sinner? Hey, I mean, if I had a bunch of, because they've had people do that where they go, I'm almost tempted to say no, but because of the fact that they think that they're so righteous that they're giving, to the ultimate sinners, or yeah, it's funny, and you really know how. I guess you could say you really know how people think about you is when they're leaving the job that they're working at and they start talking smack and you're going, you know what I think? What are you saying about me? Oh, no, I'm not doing your little treeist of whatever. I'm like, what are you saying about me? Yeah, that's what I think. Because what's the use of laughing? Because I'm sure they laughed about me lots of times because it, you know, several people during the times of knowing people when you get a shitload of a buttload of you get your phone so blown up from people trying to FaceTime you and stuff, and it would be like the childhood version of um, pranking somebody, except it was to the point where I couldn't use my phone. And I had to go to I did go to my police station and filed a report. I really did. There was just no way I can let it go. I mean, there was, like I said, I warned the person that was prank phone calling me, and they did over like a whole weekend, more than 12 hours. So it was excessive. It really was bad. And that's why that's the reason why it was so excessive that I thought, what did I do to this person? I did absolutely nothing but breathe and, do my job. Yeah. So, like anything, always take it the regular route before you go crazy and act stupid and get on YouTube and stories about how you get arrested. You got to think about that. So, in my feeling of comedy and stuff, is that here it is, it's Friday, and I think the snake lady should, she's going to be talking about, eHarmony and the point that they're living in the 70s, but think that they're not. Oh, I don't, no one could see you down here. Yeah. No one can. That's right. I got it where you can't be seen, you little turd. I love you, but hey, hey, hey. Yeah, I love you, but mm-mm. Let me just be very honest with you, though. Entitlement starts at home. When your kid starts being entitled and you let them get away, you let them get away with it and you think it's not going to bother anybody because you need to get your work done and you got to have your children quiet or whatever at that time. A lot of times it does. And then after a while, it's like I was one of those kids. I got away with stuff. And when you become an adult and have to wipe your own ass and pay your own bills and do your own thing, you tend to be less of an entitlement and happy that you have a job because you can't be entitled all the time. You can't be right all the time. It's just one of those things. Even leaders are wrong. And that's how I feel. But as a person, yeah, I think we should do some comedy though. Oh, I need some leave spent. Yeah, so ah, do I got anybody? Seems like it. Oh yeah, I was supposed to. Yeah, usually I do my thing with sharing. I do X first. It's faster. For some reason, I can go on X, boom, done, and to the next thing. Is Snapchat takes a little bit. All right, so there we go. So I got that. I got my advertising done. Okay. A lot of people right now are traveling. Please be careful. There's all, God, it's like we have had rain all day. And when I was told that the only way I was going to work for Friday is if it wasn't raining. I guess what? What was it? I think 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning. It's supposed to be raining. They say that it's partly cloudy, but we know it's going to be rainy. Come on, kitty, 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 kitty. Oh, now you're acting all sweet. He's like, oh, yeah, I moved it because I got tired of you playing. Yeah, my cat's been playing around and it's hilarious. I need to get a longer thing because I got it on the chair that I usually sit on by my desk. And I figure, God, this is so nice. This would be great for like exercise and stuff class, our meditation. So here we go. I'll do my stand up. Yeah, I don't get it though. You men got it so easy. You get out of the shower, you trestle your hair a little bit, and you don't even have to shave. You can have that unshaven, look rugged for a while, and you got it's like you look good. Take a shower. I got to put my moisturizer, my other moisturizer. I got to put my hair stuff in, and then I got to do my hair, and then I got to, you know, put on my makeup. You got to put, your this before your makeup, and then you got to put your eyes on. Well, I'm going to be honest. Um, I have yet to find a mascara that works as good as the fake lashes. They just really pop out. So yeah, it's been kind of a thing. I do wear my, with a mascara, but still, it's just one of those things. Men could just walk out and look pretty good, unless they really do work at it. And there's a few of them, but that's a few and far between, and they're usually gay. Let's be honest on that. And let's be honest on another thing, America. We all say that we're number one, but why are we the only thing that we're number one is at feeding yoga mats to people? That's the only thing we're fucking number one on is feeding yoga mats to people. I mean, I hate to say that, but the FDA has been on vacation for a long time. Being number one, uh, we got a ways to go on that. And as for doctors, please, if your doctor is mainly dealing with prescriptions, those are not meant for a lifelong dream. You know, the reality of it is doctors have gotten lazy. They're just the new drug dealers in town. Hey, what are you doing on my desk that I'm not there? You're Oh, I got some cat stuff on. Get off that. Do I got anybody? I can't. All right. Get you off my desk. Have some. Pinch your dish. Oh, crap. That's good. Hi, I'm the snake lady. You know me. Yeah, I tell you the way it is. So here it is. You wanna have a love life out here out west. Let me tell you this. There's places going out of business because people just don't get married anymore. I don't know about you. Just get a prenup and say you play backache with somebody else. You don't get nothing, and that's how you work it. Get those prenups like that. Get enough of them. Men will know better, and women too. We can't sit there and act like we're all little walking angels because we're not. So here is the whole thing. Rugged. Dating is not like what it used to be. You got men going, well, we'll see each other, and if I like you enough, I might keep you as my regular girl, or my hookup. And you're like, what the hell is this? Where did I turn left into the twilight zone? Because dating's not like what it used to be, and then you got to be real careful. 4 weeks is what I give it. Let me tell you the reason why. Let me tell you that story. Yeah, where I seen the guy, and on Monday he was going to just take me out to eat and everything in between. And you're like thinking, wow, this is great. By Friday, he's talking about Popeye's chicken and renting a movie. I all thought, that's weird. I wonder why. Well, he did not tell me when I went to see him that he had a special jewelry, the one that you get from them cops. Yeah, yeah. Now I keep it to 4 weeks, but I haven't talked to nobody. Nope, didn't talk to a single thing. I figure me, myself, and me and Bobby, we just put up, it was like for a New Year's, Happy New Year's to me. Woo. Here, Bobby. Of course, Bobby, he was spending his time in the toilet for New Year's. I know it. He was just scratching away, how them kiddies do. Well, anyway, you got the dating thing, and I'm sitting there thinking, this some bitch got a ankle bracelet. What the hell? Oh man, I left and the guy's going, hey, what did I say wrong? And I go, dude, you didn't say nothing wrong. You all have an ankle bracelet. You're living in convenience apartments. You all told me your life commitment is to be a drug dealer. I said, oh hell, in a handbasket. It's not like when I'm a little kid thinking that's what I want to marry. I want to marry a drug dealer, mama. No, I do not want to marry a drug dealer. And this guy telling me about the Las Vegas. Most people who are at their end of the rope of being scammers, they suddenly have to grapple on to people, and I didn't want to be one of them people. So I left, and he's yelling because I left my glasses. God damn it. Ugh. So anyway, what I did was I sat in the car and prayed to Jesus and said, Jesus, he was an asshole. I'm never going to do this again. Smoke weed and think the guy might be cool, not cute. He all look like the Incredibles guy with the red hair, except he had blonde. Yeah, yeah. The grown-up version is not as good looking, and he smelled bad. His apartment smelled bad. He smelled bad. I think his dog smelled better than him. Well, anyway, I tried to explain to Jesus, and I'm sitting there thinking, God, Lord, the guy just was an asshole. So I'm turn on my thing, and usually when I put on for my navigation, it comes on right away, and I push for home. Well, I did that, and when I went to push for home, it took it a couple longer of like something's going on in the world. Jesus is mixing that shit up and moving everything around, and then he's making sure. Then you turn around and you're going, oh, wow, there's an accident. Oh, it could be a 3 mile. Oh, instead of taking an hour and a half, it took me 3 hours to get home. By the time I hit that freeway, I was so raring. My eyes were wide open. I'm just dry wide and thanking Jesus all the way. I love you, Jesus. Woo, woo, woo. No, I didn't believe he was coming down and having a party and going to take us back in heaven, leaving my children, because my children are full grown anyway. So I just said, yeah, what's the deal with all these people? Every 15 years, we get a bunch of nut bags on the internet going, hey, guess who's coming into town? And everybody goes crazy. Jesus is coming into town. Woo, woo, woo. Going to turn everything around. Woo, woo, woo. He's going to turn water into wine, make everything fine. Woo, woo, woo. You all need to quit taking them stupid pills. I don't know what you taking and believe that Jesus is going to leave your children while you go up in heaven have an orgy. What the hell? Yeah, that's what I say. And I'm still amazed at the whole thought that a parent will call CPS just because they think Jesus is coming into town. Oh my Lord. No, they're not going to be taking your ashes. They'll take your kids because, let's just be honest. That's just stupidity. You guys are just so stupid to think that Jesus will be coming into town and say, oh no, we're going to leave your children to fend for yourself. That 3-month-old's just going to be by itself. Come on. Really? That's just bad. I'm just telling you. I'm just being honest. That's it. I really am. And then you got this whole thing here. Let's just talk about everyone goes, USA number one. Yeah, let me tell you what we're number one in. We serve the nastiest fucking food on the face of the earth. The third world countries won't serve fructose corn syrup in their foods because it's bad for your liver. It makes your liver work 500 times more. It just makes it work bad. I don't know how much it makes it work bad. I don't know how long it stays in your system, but it causes you to be hungry and fat. That's what it causes, an unlimited hunger, like you just want to eat everything. I think they could be used for cancer patients, but the thing on the liver, it just doesn't, it doesn't comprende. And I did get in an argument with a really stupid one. She tried to tell me government says okay, because the government says okay. It means I'm like, God bless. You are just the dumbest motherfucker. Oh, well, you are bigger than like two of me. So, yeah, I'm sure you have plenty of the high fructose corn syrup. All right. Yeah, that's just lovely stuff. And then we got to talk about our toothpaste. They put shit in our toothpaste that shouldn't be put in. Like I said again, third world countries don't do it. We're the only ones that do it. We put crap in our toothpaste that I wouldn't. They don't stop cavities and stuff. Now they make a new toothpaste that if you keep your mouth closed at night, it just heals your teeth and gums and stuff. So I've been using that. It's the best damn shit, but it's $10 a tube. It's like, holy shit, but it's good. And here they come up with a lot more stuff. They're just doing all the stuff around and everything. Well, we're almost done right now. It is just, it's like 14 minutes and we will be gone and done until tomorrow. Anyway, here it is. It's you know, I I get these men who tell me they want someone who they can trust and who they can love, and then you go to meet them. Not only are they 40 years older, but they're like 50% bigger. They're just like, Jesus, did you eat my date? No, you are my date. Oh, I got fished again. Jeez. You men just should start giving out fishing poles and shit because that's what I've been doing. It's like, oh, I gotta throw that motherfucker back in. He's really bad. Yeah. Yeah, the last one who told me his big deal was he wanted to he makes more money selling drugs. And I'm like, you know what? I think you were on your own. You go tell your mama, and you could suck her farts, all I care. But I didn't tell him that. I just left because they're just, if you have somebody who puts it all down and they are truthfully telling you that, and you're going, I really, told you what kind of person I am. I like honesty, integrity, and stuff, and you didn't tell me you had. Oh God, and you just get those kind of people who really think that other people will clean up their mess. Oh, I just looked at them. You made your own bed. You all did a bad thing to your wife. She divorced you and you're mad. Ooh, I don't want you. Oh, hell no. That's like dealing with a rattlesnake. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that no more. I had to divorce a guy and pay for everything to get divorced, and he took months. It wasn't until July that I got finally divorced. It took 7 months, and it was $800, almost $1,000 a month. Mhm. So, in my whole thing, getting divorced sucks. So, well, oh my God. Wow, I haven't had anyone come on here. Wow. Wow, wow. So, yeah. Um, it's been an unusual, 2025, I think was more unusual. I think it was a lot better. The one person that There's certain people in your life that once they exit your life, you really don't care to ever see them. And that would be some ex co-workers. And some of them, yeah, I'm happy never seeing their asses ever again in my life. It puts me in a good mood never to see them, to know that I don't have to deal with them. I can actually beat the crap out of them. If they hit me and my friends and all, they're watching and taking video. Yeah, I'm going to hit back. I'm not scared. You know, the only thing that scared me is, when you get in a fight with other people and they're more liked than you don't want to get in a fight with them. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, you'll lose anyway because you'll lose your job. So. My cat's looking at the door going, is Devin going to be there? What do you think Devin's going to be there? Is Devin there? Devin. So yeah, it's nice that it is really nice knowing that things are going pretty, I mean, I can't complain. Correct, no work. I love these things. They are so soft and warm. I got my son a Stranger Thing T-shirt, and I got him like for Christmas. The was it? I'm trying to think. Um, Superman or no? It was Star Wars. Again, Star Wars. Yeah. So. Do I got somebody in here? Oh wow! Hi. I can't really see. How are you? Where are you from? See, come over here and chat. So, hi. Yeah. You're just ending my part of the my comedy and stuff. I just did that. Yeah. I think the funniest thing is when men say, "Well, what did I say?" And it's like, "Well, you just told me you wanted to be a drug dealer, and I don't think this is going to be your only stint with this and starting over because he's just seemed too much of an asshole." Then I realized something. He may have sold drugs and stuff, but he didn't work, and his girlfriend worked a lot. And I thought, when he mentioned drugs, that was it. I was turned off. That turned me off. I was like, no, I don't like that kind of life. No, I just smoke weed. That's it. That's it. Just weed. I'm happy with it. Well, it's just about done. Thank you for joining me today. We'll be talking about breathing and how to deal with pain and different forms of natural just pinch points and stuff for pain. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow on Saturday and doing some comedy. So take care.